Hello people, welcome back to the channel. My name is Darsh Joshi and I'm a BTech Computer Science and Engineering graduate and I'm currently working as a developer in a tech company. It was a quick introduction and without wasting any time, let's start with presentation real quick. So yeah, before we start with the presentation, it's important that you subscribe to the channel. When I'm recording this, we have 36 subscribers and the views are getting good. 12 views, 31, 39 views, that's really great. And we also have a course out already, Python for absolute beginners. Do check it out if you are totally unaware of Python. Let's get started with the agenda for this video, which is studying encapsulation. I'll put this in a presenter view so that I don't miss out on my mail. Let's get started. As you can see, the topic is encapsulation part 2. Part 1 should be uploaded before this. Yeah, there's that. And we'll be studying about getters, setters and add property in Python, and we'll have a code challenge at the end of the video. Code challenge is I give you a problem statement, you work on it, you make a code whatever, and you upload the code on the comments, or maybe you upload it on GitHub and give me the comments. Give me the link in the comments. Yeah, let's study about encapsulation part 2, which is getters, setters and add property in Python. Move on. So what is a getter? Getter is a method that is used to read a private variable. It basically allows us to access the private variable safely. Instead of accessing the variable directly, we call a method that returns its value. It keeps the internal data protected. Let's look at that with VS Code. This is a class which let's work on what you'll be doing in the code challenge. So let's say we have a class, call it BankAccount, and inside that we're having some stuff which we call a constructor. If you don't know what a constructor is, you should check out one of the previous videos where that video is basically dedicated to what a constructor is. Let's say we have a private variable balance, and it is, let's say, the amount of money I have in my bank account. Don't say it out loud. You get the point. And we define a method called def, let's say, get balance. Get balance, and let's put self here as well. And what we'll do is we'll return the balance for that class. How we do it? Self dot underscore balance. So what we've done is we basically defined a function which we can use to access this specific value, which we cannot do directly. Let's try it out. So first thing I'll be doing is make let's say banker in this case, and banker is instance of this bank account class. So now what we can do is print banker dot underscore bank, not bank, it's balance. If I do this, I should be getting an error. As we see, we are getting an error. But what if we simply call that method, this one? Just do that, we should be getting our output. Let's see. As we can see, we are getting an output which is 1000. So yeah, we'll have to define a method, something like this. This is a method for checking out the bank balance in the account. Next thing which we'll be seeing is a setter. The setter is basically a similar method which we use to change the private variable's value. So let's look at that in VS Code as well. So this is VS Code. What we'll do is set function set balance method takes self and new balance. So now what we'll do is we'll basically change its value first and then we'll get the value. So how we can do it is banker dot set balance. Set that, let's put 6,000. It should, okay, my bad, I have not written the function properly. Self dot underscore balance, my bad, balance is new balance. That should be good enough. Let's clear this up and try it again. We are getting 6,000 as the new balance because we changed the balance here and then we are getting the balance. So setter is basically like a method which we can use to basically change the value of a private variable. I'm getting a call for some reason. 1 second. Okay, let's move to the next slide, which is should be problems with the traditional getters and setters. As we see that it's a lot complex than it should be. The traditional getters and setters make code look like Java, something like Java, which is like a complex language than Python, a low-level language than Python, I should say. Low level as in that it works directly with CPU and stuff. You know what low level means basically. So traditional getters and setters basically make the code look like Java, but Python developers like myself and you probably, if you're considering this a good cause and you have liked the video and you're subscribed as well, then Python developers like prefer this accessing values and stuff like normal attributes. There's nothing normal, by the way. Normal is just a concept, but you get the point I'm trying to show you. So what we use is at property decorator, which allows encapsulation while using a simpler syntax than making some, you get the point, getters and setters kind of thing. You see like how we had to make 2 different methods for basically changing the value of this thing. For that we use at property, and here I have a really basic code, not the code but like a good explanation. Let's check out how we use at property. Okay, with this I'll remove these methods and this as well, I guess. Okay, so what we have to do is we'll first put the decorator, property, then def not here actually, will be that inside this at property def balance self equals, not equal but like colon, and turn self dot or balance. And now what we'll do is what we've done is basically calling out this function but without actually like get balance or something like that. It looks a little bit better than what we were doing before to execute. So we get the value 1000, and we can similarly define another property like update balance or something like that, and we can simply just use it like we normally do. Like if this wasn't a private variable, I would maybe doing this basically. You get the point of what add property decorator does, but I'll still explain it. So the add property decorator converts a method like from attribute like access, like a method goes into an attribute kind of thing. Instead of using the get balance function, we can simply write account.balance and it would execute it perfectly fine. Let's move to the next slide, which is property setter, on how we can set property. In this case we are basically getting the property, but how can we set property? Now let's do this VS Code. So let's call this property as balance.setter, and after this take a diff and call, let's say we're taking the same function, self and amount, not dot amount. Yes, we can remove this one. We're no longer using that one. Inside this, what we'll do is put some condition that if amount is lesser than 0 or something like that. Amount is less than 0 and print something like that. And if you go to an else statement, what we'll do is self dot underscore balance equals amount. It should be good enough, and let's call this function. We basically have to put some amount in this, let's say 9,000. Try running this. Okay, I guess we need that method after all. I'll just rewrite it real quick. Okay, so after fixing the code a little bit, let's try to execute this. If I do this, then we're getting some issue here. This is not callable. See what the issue is. Okay, I found the issue. We don't really need this parentheses here. Let's try to execute it again, and we are getting the value 1000. But if I want to like put a new value there, then what will I be doing is let's say banker dot balance equals 9000. Execute it again, and we are getting the value 9000 correctly, because what happens is a setter would automatically identify when I'm assigning some new value to it and when I'm trying to read the value, all thanks to this decorator right here. Yeah, that's that property for you. Let's move on to the next slide, which should be code challenge, which is the most important part of this video. I'll install this later. Yeah, we have two code challenges for this one, and what you have to do is you do this, perform these are challenges which I give to you guys, and you have to run it through your knowledge, your expertise, and then comment down the code in the comments. What you have to do is upgrade the bank account system, which was the code challenge in the previous section as well, I guess, and it was I think about bank accounts and stuff itself. So what you have to do is you're developing a simple bank account system in Python, and the current system stores the account balance in a class variable. It does not protect the property, like it doesn't properly protect the balance from invalid operations. Your task is to upgrade the system using encapsulation and add property. I have another code challenge which is as follows: that prevent balance manipulation, like balance should not be manipulated outside of the code, outside of the class, I would say. Yeah, that's your code challenge for video. If you are, oh, my camera is not working. If you are enjoying so far, then please consider subscribing to the channel. We have 36 subscribers so far, very grateful for that. We have a course out already, and it's called Python for Absolute Beginners. If you are totally unaware of Python, then you should check out this course. And I'm trying to stay consistent with this YouTube thing, and yeah, that's all I had to say. Thanks, and keep watching, I guess. Watching as in keep watching my videos. Yeah, see ya.